Pokrovsk's defenses have been strengthened and Ukrainian troops are actively countering the occupiers in the city. According to the 7th Rapid Reaction Corps of the Airborne Assault Troops, SRAAT, of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, urban fighting continues in Pokrovsk, with groups of Russians who, thanks to their numerical superiority in forces and equipment, have managed to infiltrate and accumulate in various parts of the city. Our defenses have recently been reinforced with new units, including assault troops, artillery, UAV crews, and other components of the defense forces. We are increasing the use of anti-aircraft drones and sitcoms against enemy Mavics. We are also remotely mining enemy infiltration routes. The statement reads, according to military reports, the occupiers who have entered the city are not attempting to consolidate their position, but intend to advance further north. In doing so, the enemy intends to disperse the Ukrainian defense forces and block the land logistics corridors into the city. Right now, there is no talk of full control over one of the districts of Pokrovsk, the 7th Corps noted. It is also reported that the enemy has the ability to monitor movements in both Pokrovsk and Milnorad. Personnel rotation is difficult and is subject to significant delays. Logistics are limited. Both aerial and ground drones are being used to deliver essential supplies. At the same time, the occupiers are conducting classic, massive assault operations along the entire defensive line on the 7th Corps of the Airborne Assault Forces. The goal is to break the defenses of the Ukrainian forces, bring the demarcation line closer to Pokrovsk and Milnorad, and gradually establish full control over neighborhoods of both cities. The statement reads, the Russians suffer heavy casualties in the street fighting in the city. Many bodies of Russian soldiers can be found in the streets, but Ukrainian military observer Vasil Pekno says that to gather 200 Russian soldiers, considering Russia's use of small group tactics, about 100 groups would have had to move undetected, avoiding destruction by drones at a distance of 10 to 15 kilometers, or they managed to find a weak spot and infiltrate. In general, every incident on the front line triggers a chain reaction that worsens the overall situation. The situation in the Pokrovsk direction is clearly deteriorating. It's obvious that driving the occupiers out now is extremely difficult. I won't even attempt to speculate on how this could be achieved. I believe the command fully understands the challenges. Another issue is that the General Staff only responded after media reports and confirmed that there are about 200 occupiers in Pokrovsk. It seems that this information became public only under pressure. The military observer added, according to him, 200 people is a huge number in the current reality. There are fighters on both sides, but such a force on the front line is a luxury even the Russians find hard to imagine. For 200 soldiers to reach a location, it means that while they were moving over 10 to 15 kilometers, they were not struck by drones. How this happened, why they were not destroyed, is a separate question. 2 or 6 man groups are the norm for attacks, so 200 men implies about 100 such groups moved through unnoticed or found a weak spot and infiltrated. In today's conditions, this is a very large number of infantry who could have broken through. I recently heard this. Give our mechanized brigade commander 25 well-trained assault infantry, and he could start implementing plans to surround Luhansk. That helps put 200 people into perspective. This is a significant force the Russians have gained in Pokrovsk, and something must be done about it. But I repeat, I don't know what our command can do about it, Pekno concluded.
Russian President Vladimir Putin held a meeting with North Korean Foreign Minister Cho Sun-hui at the Kremlin on Monday. According to Associated Press, Putin asked Cho to convey his greetings to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. We had a detailed discussion in Beijing about our relations and development prospects. Everything is going according to plan, he added. Cho also met with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov earlier on Monday.
Здравствуйте, очень рада вас видеть. Благодарна за то, что вы, несмотря на такой большую занятость, нашли время для нашей встречи.
Большое удовольствие увидеться с вами. Самые наилучшие пожелания.
Я ответственно доложу ваш теплый привет товарищу председателю государственного дела, товарищу Кичинову.
Спасибо. Мы с ним в Пекине поговорили подробно о наших отношениях, о перспективах развития. Все идет по плану. Самое наилучшее.
우리 베이징에서 만나서 우리의 관계 발전에 대해서 자세한 이야기를 나눴습니다. 이제 딱 계획대로 진행되고 있답니다.
Я слышал, что у вас была такая теплая встреча с товарищем Кичиновым.
네.
Хорошо. Кто переводит? Мы искренне рады возможности снова вас приветствовать по пути теперь в Минск для участия в третьей международной конференции по евразийской безопасности. Наше с вами участие в этой важной конференции, несомненно, будет способствовать продвижению нашей общей задачи построению справедливого миропорядка, в том числе в Евразии. Россияне никогда не забудут те подвиги, которые были совершены солдатами и офицерами Корейской народной армии в Курской области по освобождению российской земли. И подвиги эти, конечно, еще более скрепят узы дружбы и исторической общности в нашей общей борьбе за справедливость.
도중에 여러분들 이렇게 인사할 수 있는 게 기쁨으로 생각합니다.